What is up, y'all? This is Rainbow Fire, the unicorn. Knows the last unicorn. And this will be my first rant video in 2026. Happy New Year's, guys. Hope you guys had a good New Year. This is my first rant of 2026. Now, I'm going to do many rants because things that just annoy me. Things that just annoy me, Now, this is my opinion. Alright? I've been thinking about this for a very long time since it's really cold out here. I'm talking at a local park. I want to talk about this, okay? Anyway, so guys, what you're looking at is a Therian symbol, or maybe a otherkin symbol. Yeah, people that think they're animals, that they have an animal spirit. Where do I begin? Now listen, this is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and I'm going to get my ups and downs on this, all right? Here we go. Therians are known as otherkin. It's a group of people that think they're part animal, that they got animal spirit inside them. I know it's like more of like a spirit thing. They think they're part animal, they think they're part whatever, they think they have an animal inside them. Now, yes, I believe that there is a spirit animal. You do have a spirit animal connected to you. I'm kind of into the Native American stuff because I think Native American is in my blood. So like I said, Indians are in my blood. So I know about the Indian culture, the Native Americans, Indians and all that kind of stuff, cowboys and Indians, whatever it is. They believe that animals connected with them, with their bodies, that they were connected to these animals like a wolf, an eagle, a fox, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? These animals connected with us, and they connect with you anything. Even a horse. Now, horses really connect to me because I work with horses, and I think if I was to connect with any animal, mine would be a horse. I know you see a unicorn and a dragon. Most people have connections of mythical creatures like unicorns, dragons, and other mythical creatures, magical creatures. With the Therian community, or known as otherkin community. Now, I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok about Therians and otherkin, and it's blowing up my feed. Now, I don't watch TikTok a lot, so most of the TikTok videos are getting sent to YouTube Shorts. And I've been seeing a bunch of them lately. What do I think about this? Well, two thoughts. Number one, if you're a Therian watching this, don't be upset. Do what you want to do. It's a free country, but this is my opinion. All right? Here we go. I don't know why these people do this in public, acting like animals, jumping off of tables, barking, making howl noises. I mean, number one, you're embarrassing yourself to the internet. Number two, why would you want to post that to the internet to make it a cringe video? If you do that kind of stuff, my advice to you, do it in the woods where there's nobody around. Plain and simple. Go into a public park, jumping off of playgrounds, and doing it in front of people, and then people say, "Oh God, is that a human act like a dog or a cat or a fox?" You sound ridiculous. You sound like you're like on some mental problems or something. I mean, that's just my judge. What I'm trying to say. You gotta think. I'm a millennial. So that thing was not even possible back when we were young, back when we were kids. We grew out of that stuff back when we were kids, you know? And seeing this now, people going in school, barking like dogs and running around. I've been hearing rumors about them biting people. Like they're acting like, oh yeah, I gotta join my wolf pack. Let me stay with them. Yeah. What the hell is going on with these people nowadays? Act like dogs and cats. I'm not gonna bring in the details and bad stuff about this community, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this community, the Therian and other kin community. I'm not bashing on it, okay? I'm just saying that people that do this kind of stuff in public, we're gonna look at you. And don't expect us to hey, don't expect us to film you. Or heck, if I'm flying a drone and doing VR flying drones and having fun, and next thing you know, I see a some kind of whatever, because I'm a hobbyist, I fly a lot of drones for hobby flying, racing drones, and I'm like, I can imagine someone just barking like a wolf chasing my racing drone. Jeez, you're like, burr, 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 you're doing all this crap. I'm like, jeez, you look like a fool. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to bash your community, but like I said, this is my rant, and I want to talk about this. I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. Another thing, these Therians, they will run on four legs. Yeah, run on four legs, like a wolf, like a dog, like a deer, and jump like a deer. Like if they're Therians a deer, they'll jump around like a deer. If they're Therians a wolf or a fox, they sneak around. And I seen one hiss like a cat. What is going on with this world? Really? Have the world just despised us for human beings, being us this low in the human race? I understand. If it's a trend if it's a phase you're going through, you're gonna grow out of this, and you're gonna look back at this stuff and cringe. Okay? I'm not judging what you guys like to do in your free time, but when you do this stuff in public parks, public schools, and do all that kind of stuff, save it for home. Save it for the outdoors beyond the woods. Don't just go out there and act like wolves and deers and horses and foxes and eagles. Like I'm an eagle. I fly. I want to fly. I want to fly my wings and fly like a bird. And then jump off the freaking thing. Yeah, I'm sorry to change my voice. I'm actually getting pretty good at doing that. But it's just a lot of that stuff that we did. We were kids when we used to do that kind of stuff. We ran on four legs, act like dogs and stuff. That was a kid thing. I seen grown. I mean, this is on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. I've been seeing a bunch of weird nonsense ever since the pandemic hit. People been trying to do this kind of stuff and just trying to fit in. I understand you want to fit in and find people that don't likes the things that you like. We never did this kind of stuff when we were kids. Never. Because we knew better we were getting made fun of. We knew better that we were getting made fun of. Yes, I'll admit this. When I was younger, we used to act like dragons. I was obsessed with dragons. And we would run around the field playing tag, roaring like that. Yeah, we grew out of that crap. We grew out of that stuff. I remember we used to play a game called Lions versus Zebras. And someone was a lion and we were the zebras. It was basically tag. Once you got tagged, you got eaten by the lion. And that was it. That was actually a fun time. I remember doing that in elementary school. That was actually a fun time. But yeah, I just see, again, I go to Hot Topic and all these places like Hot Topic and all these famous stores, and I see they sell wolf tails and fox tails and dog tails. I see this stuff still in stores. I'm like, yes, I know it's a phase of people doing Therian stuff, trying to. I understand if you like. I understand if you like cosplaying as these characters, making the masks, selling them. Yeah, I understand. Make some money by selling these Therian masks or other kin masks, making money. That's a good thing. But going around and acting like dogs and cats and stuff, you're just making yourself look like a fool. But yeah, honestly, but what I'm trying to say is, honestly, people are just acting like that they have to act like this. And when you act like a furry and you just run around, act like you're part animal, it's kind of weird in general. Now, like I said, this video is not bashing on you guys. I'm not trying to bash anybody that you're part of this community. I'm not bashing on the community. I'm just saying that we never did this kind of stuff when we grew out of this crap. And just think about this. If you're a Therian or other kin watching this video, just think about this. When you look back at these videos, you're going to cringe. You're going to be like, why the hell did I do this stuff? You know? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And looking back at my videos that I did back then, I kind of cringed it too, you know? And like I said, I have more to say about this, but honestly, I'm gonna go easy on you guys because I understand you're gonna grow out of this phase. There's many Therians out there that don't grow it all out of it. They stay in this until they're older. I understand that you wish you can like have an animal spirit in you. I understand a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I have an animal spirit in me. I have all this, I have all that." And I'm gonna mention this too. Therians and furries are a different kind of thing. Furries and Therians are getting mixed up. Therians think they're animals. Furries are just ones that cosplay into their anthropomorphic animal culture. That's the one thing I'm getting annoyed with. A lot of people are getting confused what's a Therian, what's a furry. They're both different because they cosplay in animal form and that's it. The problem is these people, they act like these animals, they do this stuff and they just act like a complete idiot. Most of these people, they will just act like dogs and wolves and foxes. And it's just like you act like a complete jerk, man. But like I said, if you act like a dog, you act like a fox, dressing up in these Therian outfits and acting like in public, you're gonna look like an idiot. That's all I'm trying to say. I gotta get going because I'm getting really cold out here. But like I said, if you're a Therian or other kin, a Therian, other kin, or whatever, I'm not judging you guys. I'm just saying this. You're gonna look back at these videos on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, or heck, even freaking YouTube, or even Instagram or whatever. You're gonna look back at these videos and cringe. The Therian other kin community, I might try to bash you guys. I'm just saying, this is my rant I've been thinking about for the past couple of days. This is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I like making rant videos of this topic because I like to talk about. Alright? But if you're a Therian, don't feel ashamed, honestly. Just do what you love doing. And I look at it this way. If it makes you happy, you're not hurting anybody, and you're only doing it for yourself, be my guest. But like I said, you're gonna look back at this stuff and cringe. And you're gonna look embarrassed. And word of advice, if you're jumping that high on using your old fours, you're gonna break your wrists. Jumping on fours and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, but yeah. But this is Rainbow Fire the Unicorn. There's the last unicorn. This is my rant on Therians and other kin. That's it. This is my opinion. take it with a grain of salt, and I love each one of you guys. Happy New Year. Hope you guys have a good New Year in 2026. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. Peace.